Johnny Manziel. Johnny Manziel said that he had a rough time when he was in the NFL. Obviously, like he was doing everything.
Yeah,
he was literally doing everything. Said that he attempted to self-terminate back in 2016 and failed miserably. It all makes sense now. I mean, I just don't really understand. Obviously, we probably never will. That what would push him to, like, you have everything, right? Like you.
That's what we think.
What I'm saying is that career-wise, I'm not talking about personal life or. Yeah, what I'm talking about, he's in the NFL. I'm talking about as a career. Well, I'm not talking about what's going on in his personal life.
No, not personally.
But, yeah, he got drafted to the NFL.
What year did he get drafted, Jimmy?
It was 2016, wasn't it?
Was it 16?
Or was it before that?
Johnny Manziel. I think it might have been before that.
14 maybe?
2014 sounds about right.
15, 16, yeah.
14.
So that's 2 years that he's still in the he still has an NFL contract.
Shit.
Well, where was he at in 16?
He was shit.
He was on the Browns.
He was shit.
He was still on the Browns.
He was shit. Like, they was shitting on his name too. 2000.
He was trash,
bro. But you got to think about media. Like, he came into the NFL
supposed to be God.
Supposed to be God. But then he had a great decline.
Greater decline.
Imagine the depression that came along with
that. That right there, like, the timeline
crazy.
makes sense. 14 to 16. 16, it was like, get him the fuck out of here, bro.
I think the depression is even worse because I've been but there's levels. I think it's worse. I think it's worse when self-inflicted.
Right.
It's not that he wasn't good.
He was very good.
It's just that
very good.
He didn't work hard.
He never realized his potential.
Right.
And when that part hits you,
that hit you like a ton of bricks.
Like a ton of bricks,
yeah.
bro.
So the timeline makes sense of like, because granted, that means your whole life, everybody propped you up to be this guy.
Yeah, he was.
Then you believe that shit. Because he was cocky as shit.
He was that guy.
He was like Baker Mayfield's grandfather of like, yo, my grandfather was like the most cockiest bastard ever. He was the man. And then it was like, shit.
So imagine being that guy your whole career.
Mm-hmm.
Elementary, junior high school, high school, college. Then you get to college and it's like, nobody could tell me nothing.
Yep.
Walking around the town, people boasting you the whole time. And then getting into the NFL.
And shit the bed.
Not even shit in the bed.
But see, my thing is, I don't feel like he shit the bed. I feel like he went to a bad organization, bro.
It was a gut check, yeah.
Because if he went other places, he probably would have been good. But with the types of stuff that he was doing,
he went to the organization, which is the NFL. So now you go there and you got to follow their rules. You can't just do what you want.
But that's the problem. But the Browns let him do what he wants.
What Jeff is saying is that had he gone to a team like New England, if he would have went there, if he would have went somewhere that had structure, he would have been able to get the development. Because there's a lot of teams, like look at the Jets back in the day. Jets didn't develop any quarterbacks.
Yeah.
They had no idea of how to go about developing a quarterback.
Look at Geno Smith now.
Yeah.
So Geno Smith goes somewhere else now, mature, but he can be able to develop. He went to a place that was complete dysfunction. They didn't know what the hell they were doing. So when you have a guy like this that needs to be like kind of like babysat, right? And kind of walk through and go through the process, they didn't have that structure in place. And he just kind of
he's such a big name. Right. He came with fanfare. They usually humble you in the NFL.
Right.
That first year, they kind of gave him that push. They didn't humble him. So the players
draft night was a little humbling for him too because
he dropped.
He felt like he was supposed to go top 3 or something like that.
I remember that shit.
And then he dropped.
I do remember that.
And
he was supposed to go early.
And Jerry had wanted to draft him, and then Steven was like, "Nah, bro, we ain't doing that."
But a lot of teams took a look at him. And they said, you know what? There's something there. And that's when the talk really started at the draft because they looked at him. They said, there's something there that made all these teams pass up. And the Browns were the one to sit there and take him. He got to the Browns. Him and Josh Gordon going crazy over there. They first year, he flames out. They bring a new competition for him. Yeah. He's the best. He got put to backup before he got shipped out after 16, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now you just got drafted for the team. You're not even through your rookie contract. You're riding the bench now. They're bringing somebody else in, and you know you're on your way out.
And you have substance abuse problems that they were looking the other way when you first got there. Now they're not looking the other way.
So now it's just don't got those substances that you're used to sitting. You're just sitting there living with it.
But then on top of that, you have a $75 million trust fund that hasn't matured yet. So you know in the back of your head, even if you blow this opportunity, you're good for life. Mm-hmm. But then, so after you blow the opportunity, you walk around for a couple of years partying like you don't care that you blew the opportunity, right? But then now you become a man. Now you have children. Now you're looking back on your life. Now you're not partying no more, and that shit hits you like a fucking rock.
Regret is the biggest thing to live with, bro. Nobody, that thing sinks ships, bro. Mm-hmm. Regret. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how the NFL's mentorship program is, but they need to get one in like.
If you listen to the interview he did a couple of years ago, he said he felt if he went to another team, he'd have survived.
Yeah,
because
he probably could have.
Because the Browns really didn't.
They did nothing to help him.
Help him as a person. They did nothing
to help him.
And when you go to the Browns, you got to think about it. There's no man's land out there. Ain't nothing.
And the quarterbacks they didn't have a veteran quarterback who'd been in the league who was like, okay, I'm never going to be the starter. Let me help this young man. Yeah. They got people trying to take his job. Yeah, so like they see him fucking up. They going to let him fuck up.
The quarterback out there before him.
Oh, the Browns?
Before
Manziel?
Who's their quarterback?
I think it was Brian Hoyer, wasn't it?
But then he got shipped out. It was the guy who came in after. It was like, I'm not gonna.
Brian Hoyer was a Saint.
Yeah, Brian Hoyer would have sat there and taught. I think they had Josh McCown or something like that.
Josh McCown. Josh McCown. I was about to say Chris Sims, but Josh McCown was it. Yeah,
that was Josh McCown. Yeah, but at the time, Josh could have still had a job, so he's not.
Yeah,
I mean, he's not gonna try to mentor a kid you see who's messing up.
Right.
I could take that job.
Listen, it's a tough situation, but I'm glad that he found.
It was Josh.
Maybe.
I mean, listen, we spitballing right now. We don't know. Yeah. But the fact that he's at a point where he's good and he can be able to reflect and understand that, hey, he had a moment in time and people make mistakes, and he's still alive to be able to tell his story. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
I call it the Shawn Michaels syndrome. So when he went from heartbreaks to goddamn hearts on crosses on his pants, it's just a different person.
Right. Yeah. Completely different person.
But I mean, God bless him.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much all you can say. I mean, I would say something villainous right now, but I really don't want to.